What is going on YouTube? Hit it back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as XRP to US dollar. I'm also going to be showing you guys Sonar, another update later in today's video. I also want to discuss DueDEX as well as the current coin market cap. As you guys know, yesterday's video, I discussed that we needed volume because we are getting ready, ramping up, rallying, preparing ourselves for what will be a very, very big rally in the near future. As you guys can see on the Bitcoin chart right now, we have a ton of sideways consolidation, zero volume, sideways movement. This indeed represents what appears to be a big move coming to the cryptocurrency. We're also seeing this within Litecoin getting hung between resistance of 41 and our support of the middle moving average at 40. We're also seeing it on Ethereum with a small uptrend, very different than Litecoin and Bitcoin, but it is an uptrend and it is one to pay close attention to. So we will be discussing that very quickly, as well as the XRP chart, which is very similar to Ethereum. Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up. Remember to follow me on Twitter at CryptoVOfficial. This way, if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can reach out to me on Twitter, DM me, comment, or just, hang out. Otherwise, let's jump into today's episode. Alright guys, so before we jump into today's episode, I just wanted to update you guys on the program that I've been using for quite a while. I haven't made a video on it in a couple weeks, so I thought I would update you guys with the progress that's been happening with Sonar. Hopefully you guys remember. If not, I'll give a quick refresh. But obviously Sonar is a way to trade digital assets, very different from straight up exchanges, especially in the market that's been happening right now. A lot of changes, a lot of worry, a lot of fear has been going on, so this kind of makes things a little bit easier. They also have a demo mode, which is pretty cool if you want to actually check out what it is that Sonar does. But as you guys can see, they are an automated cryptocurrency trading platform with 6% of annual profit, 9 years of experience. They're pretty awesome all in all, and they have key benefits, things like that. Obviously, I'll leave a link to this website down below if you guys want all the information. That's really not what I wanted to show you guys. You guys already know what Sonar is. If not, definitely check it out down below. But basically, I wanted to update you guys with how my performance has been doing. Just a couple of months ago, we actually deposited a little over $500 into the website and basically wanted to test it out, and I would share with you guys my updates. And here I am making another update to the video. So I actually got reminded of this when I withdrew some profit a couple days ago, and I forgot to actually record it. But as you guys can see, on the 27th of March, and just a couple of last week, we withdrew 0.04 of Ethereum, and I wanted to actually show you guys that it actually went through, and you can see that exact balance is in my Coinbase Pro account. My Ethereum is 0.04, which is what I withdrew. It took all of 2 or 3 days for it to get into my account, but as you guys can see, they updated me on my Sonar withdrawal, and transactions, and you can see that actually went through. So I was fairly surprised with that. So I wanted to show you guys the other updates that they actually added to here. So it's actually pretty cool, but you guys will notice on balance, you can actually fund the account with more than just Ethereum like it used to be. You can actually use Bitcoin as well as US dollar, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, and they're actually adding Tether. So it's pretty cool that they now offer other payment and investment options, unlike what they had before, which was strictly Ethereum. So it's great that they're actually changing up their platform and becoming more, I guess, friendly to other investors and different people in there. And what's cool too is when you replenish this, you actually have the option now to choose from a bunch of different cryptocurrencies, as you guys can see right here, and they actually offer your the possibilities of replenishing your balance with a credit card, which is definitely interesting, and I feel like fairly neat compared to previous websites that didn't offer this. So it's pretty cool that you can now replenish a balance with a credit card. Fairly simple. You would enter the amount that you wanted. So let's do 0.1 of the Bitcoin, for example. We do USD, bam, we click done, and then it brings you over to a new website where you would basically just fill out your TX info, personal data, verification documents, and then payment. And then basically after that, you basically will have the balance deposited, I guess, US dollar, and then you can invest that into your account, as simple as it is, and then you'll basically get profits off of it. That simple. So I did want to just update you guys with what's going on here, that it's still pumping out profit as it said it was, and I guess I will show you the next withdrawal here on the channel. Otherwise, let's jump into the rest of today's episode. All right, so definitely make sure to check out Sonar in the description down below. Also, I just want to jump right into the technical analysis, keep everything short and sweet. Yesterday's video, we discussed that there was an amazing XRP and Bitcoin rally that was coming for the market. All we need is obviously volume. You can see the nice, beautiful uptrend with a resistance up top here. Beautiful, you know, I don't want to call it an a upwards triangle, but there is definitely an uptrend, and it is in a triangle formation. But for the most part, we are starting to consolidate, and this, as we know, references a big volume burst. As you guys can see, top 10 cryptocurrencies, the markets are down, but barely down, if anything, maybe 2% at most. And you can see a lot of these cryptocurrencies, at least the main ones, are only down by 0.2, 0.5, 0.45. XRP is the only one getting hit a little bit harder at 1.43. But honestly, you can see out of the 7-day price graph, about half of it, if not 3/4 now, is literally just sideways movement, which means the prices have gone stagnant. And what that usually indicates in markets is big volume coming to the channel and coming to the crypto space. Now, I just want to dive into Bitcoin, then we'll discuss the other cryptos. We're going to do Litecoin and Bitcoin together, and then Ethereum and XRP together, because their charts are very, very, very similar. So in regards to Bitcoin, we've discussed this. We've seen it in the past. We saw this 2 days ago in reference to the very odd but interesting forming pump fake that we had, where we actually spiraled all the way up to $7,300. There's a very good chance we'll come back to that and actually break through that and head up even higher. We just need a little bit more consolidation. As you guys can clearly see, we have even more consolidation right now, a lot more sideways movement, which is great to see, with a clear-cut resistance at $6,800 and a beautiful support holding us, I would say, closer to $6,500. The one thing we have to keep in mind is if you guys want to play it extremely conservative, obviously you can check out my Patreon if you want, where my specific trades are, but you have to play it conservative, and we do have this previous wick which shows us where there was a resistance up here. So honestly, if you wanted to just set up a conservative buy-in limit order on DueDEX, you could throw it in at around $7,300, and if we ended up, or even a little bit higher, $7,350, if we ended up breaking that, there's a good chance we'll head even higher up with big volume, and I'll show you exactly where that is on the daily in a second. And also, playing the devil's advocate, if we break bearish, good chance we could consolidate down to $6,000. Now, if we do break that $7,300 resistance, which you can clearly see is right here, there's a good chance we'll rally all the way up and take us up to $8,000. There's a good chance with FOMO we could go a little bit higher, but honestly, retesting this middle moving average is really what I think the coin is looking to you know, attack and assess. This was a resistance that we broke back in March, early March, and we fell quite a bit, and we've seen some higher lows being set, which is a great sign, which could lead us to moving slowly but surely back up to our support at this middle moving average right here. So I do believe long term, for the rest of the rest of April, we should actually see some more consolidation as we head up and slowly move back to that $8,000 resistance that we have. But as you guys can clearly see, this sideways resistance is definitely, or sideways consolidation is something we have to spend quite a bit of time looking at. We're starting to see literally zero price movement in the past couple of hours, and that really does signal that there is volume to be coming to the market. Trading at 55 now on the RSI gives us room to head up even higher compared to when we were overbought right here. Notice when we were trading at 67, we were overbought, or very close to being overbought, so we didn't actually have the room to head up higher, and that's why we consolidated back down. But notice we're at that same exact price level as we were back on the 2nd, and we've consolidated our relative strength index all the way down to 55, which means we have a ton more room to actually break up even higher. So that's why I'm playing a very, very, very close attention to the market right now, because I do believe we're headed up, and we're headed up very soon. Same thing applies to Litecoin. There's a clear-cut resistance at $41 with a clear support at 40. You can see we had our previous wick all the way up at 43. Same exact thing happened. We were retesting overbought, actually closer over here. So this one was a little uncalled for, but it was following Bitcoin's pattern. Obviously, if we break 41, there's a good chance if you're a high-risk trader to buy in there, capitalizing off the gain. But if you wanted to play at a conservative approach, a limit order set just a slight bit higher than this resistance, probably 43.40 would be a better opportunity to buy in, anticipating a rally all the way up from the $40 that we're at right now, all the way up to an even bigger leap to anywhere between $50 and $56. So there's definitely a lot more room for profit in Litecoin's chart than there is for Bitcoin. But because we're using the leverage opportunity that is offered on the DueDEX chart, there's a good chance that we can literally mitigate all that small room for gain on Bitcoin and actually make a lot more with that opportunity to leverage trade the cryptocurrency. So it's pretty awesome to use DueDEX. Now, to wrap wrap up today's video. We're going to look at Ethereum as well as XRP, and then we'll just pretty much call it a day. But you can see that XRP and Ethereum both are in an uptrend, unlike Litecoin and Bitcoin, which are literally just flatlined trading sideways. We're seeing different movement on XRP and Ethereum. On their daily, we're seeing a big uptrend, setting higher lows, and we're hitting a very critical resistance. That is 144 for Ethereum and about, honestly, I would say its current resistance right now, which is probably about 18 cents for XRP. So if we're able to break through these, we should be able to rally up higher. It looks like we want to go there, but my slight concern is in the fact that this is an uptrend with a resistance. This usually tends to break bearish on these cryptos, so we have to spend a very close eye on here. There are shorting opportunities available that you could take advantage of if indeed we do decide to fall. Clearly, if we can break through this bottom support here, there's a good chance we're going to head straight down, or vice versa. If we break through this Ethereum resistance of 145, good chance we'll shoot up. You can set a conservative buy-in, probably closer to 153, and you'd have plenty of room for profit if we head all the way up to 185. And then lastly, to wrap up XRP, you can see that XRP is kind of hanging out right now. This is definitely an odd coin to be watching. The 4-hour looks okay. You can see that sideways movement just recently on the 4-hour. We could, if we really wanted to, maybe just extend this out ever so slightly, just a tad, something like this. Still plays in very well. I'll move that like that, and you can see we're currently assessing this right now. There's a clear resistance right at this level at 18.2, and honestly, we're literally just going to finish out this consolidation and really see which way this market wants to pump to. Lastly, to just show you guys the the Bitcoin chart on DueDEX, you can see we have this triple bottom, like I've said in every video past, and there's a massive resistance at 6,800 that we really need to break through if we want to retest that $10,000 barrier that we have. Honestly, the sky's the limit, but we really need to break through this massive resistance. If it holds through, if we can break through, then I do think we're going to have a repeat of early January into February, which shot us all the way up to over $10,000. So I'm really keeping a close eye on this. We may even head higher, but we have to definitely get above this resistance right here, and it will be a very great time to obviously buy long. Now, that's going to wrap up today's episode, guys. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up. Remember to check out Sonar in the description down below and all of the links that do help support the channel. And follow me on Twitter, CryptoVOfficial, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.